Welcome back to Blue Devil Gymnasium, the site of the 2025 Quincy Shootout. And for this matchup between Booker T. Washington out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, taking on Vashon out of St. Louis. Alongside Brian Shoemaker and Damon Emmerich, I'm Charlie Hull. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. This is game 5 of 9 of the Saturday slate of the 2025 Quincy Shootout, and a dandy matchup for you here today. Booker T. Washington coming off of a double overtime loss to Bishop O'Connell. Vashon coming off of a buzzer-beating winner over Millard North. Both teams looking to get an action here in this one. We'll talk more about it on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome you back here on Central Illinois Sports. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show as we get you ready for Booker T. Washington out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, taking on the Vashon Wolverines out of the St. Louis metro area in what should be a very high-octane, very physical matchup here of basketball this afternoon for our 3 o'clock tip-off as we get ready to go. Vashon played at home last night against Millard North, a 61-59 buzzer beater win for the Wolverines last night against what proved to be, here in this gym, a very good Millard North boys basketball team. On the other side, Booker T. Washington. This is a very well-rounded team. Second place in Class 5A in Oklahoma last year. They have got some very well-rounded guards, some great shooters. We expect this to be a very, very fun basketball game. A couple of players to keep an eye on, of course, for Vashon. Trey Williams, the 6-foot senior, he's committed to Missouri State. And Jimmy McKinney Jr., the 6'1 sophomore, he's got offers from Mizzou, Iowa State, St. Louis University already out on the table. He's going to be a force for Vashon coming up here over the next couple of years. We get you ready on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for this game along with the second half of the shootout. It's the Quincy Shootout here live from Blue Devil Gym on Central Illinois Sports.
Before I started at DOT, it was like a real low point in my life. I just lost my house, and I just wanted something to get myself back on my feet. I met a driver named John, and he was like, man, come to DOT. They'll pay for your school. They'll pay for your CDLs. I applied, and ever since then, I've been very grateful. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to save money to buy me a home within the next couple months. It's definitely been great. When my life needed direction, I took the wheel.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Meet water's bubblier and more energetic best friend, Bubbler.
Say cheese.
With antioxidants, natural caffeine, and 0 grams of sugar, Bubbler has benefits in each bubble.
Your friends at Little Jess Motor Company are proud to sponsor today's halftime show. Hi, this is Scott Davis from Little Jess, and I've got some exciting news for you. Jeep just announced an unheard of 20% off our entire selection of new 24 Jeep Gladiator Mojaves and Rubicons. With 20% off, you can save over $12,000 on each of these adventurous models during the Start Something New sales event. The snow is coming, and what better reason to get the best four-wheel drive on the market and to save 20% in the process. Hurry in or log on to littlejess.com today because 20% won't last long. Little Jess served the Tri-States for 7 decades.
Your Jeep, truck, and SUV are only as good as the tires and rims they run on. On or off-road, go full throttle.
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. It's Booker T. Washington taking on Vashon in what should be a fun basketball contest here. We are just getting going here today at the Quincy Shootout. We've been here since 9 o'clock this morning. If you're just joining us, thank you for tuning in. We hope you stick around for the rest of our evening. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got that big Link Academy taking on Shawnee Mission Northwest. I believe that is the 4:30 tip-off. That's going to be a fun one. Quincy High is also in action tonight. They'll take on Bishop O'Connell. Our nightcap tonight, the 9:30 tip-off, is Chaminade College Prep, and they'll take on Wasatch Academy in an EYBL game that should also be really one of the more premier 9:30 matchups we've ever seen in this shootout so far, Damon. Good day of basketball here so far, and a really fun game just before to wrap things up.
Yeah, we hope fans will stick around, as it's not uncommon for after the Quincy High game for the gym to get empty, but you're going to see two excellent basketball teams if you stick around for that 9 o'clock game, and you will not be disappointed that you did. We got a good matchup here, Brian, as Booker T. Washington will take on Vashon. Vashon defeated Millard North, who we saw here earlier, in just a dominant performance against Chicago Simeon. And Booker T. Washington you had last night at QND.
We'll step aside for a quick 30-second break. When we come back, it's the Farm and Home starting lineups here at the Quincy Shootout.
No. About sick of winter, are you? That's the bad news. I don't think the winter's going to end anytime soon. The good news is we have a winter sale, so anything you might be looking for winter is on sale right now at your local Farm and Home Supply, including 30% off all Burn outerwear and Noble Outfitters outerwear. And the bird's always hungry. You got a 40-pound bag of black oil sunflower seed for $16.99, or buy more, save more with our suet cakes, 5 for under $5. And keep your handsies and toesies warm. We got 25% off all of our casual shoes or Kinko winter gloves.
Find all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Welcome you back here. Time for the Farm and Home starting lineup. Snacks, hoodies, power tools, lawn chairs, all the winter supplies you need. Stop by your local Farm and Home Supply and get stocked up before Mother Nature drops another 8 inches of snow on us. For the Vashon Wolverines, the 6'2 sophomore is Jimmy McKinney Jr. Number 1 on this lineup, the 6'2 senior, Trey Williams Jr. A 6'4 senior is number 5, Bubby McCaskill. 6'4 sophomore, number 12 is Tyler Stockard, and rounding out the starting 5, a 6'6 senior, number 23, Teron Garrett. Jimmy McKinney at the helm here for St. Louis Vashon as he takes over for Tony Irons, who is after winning a few state championships, Damon thought he was going to try his hand elsewhere.
And McKinney picked right up where they've left off. Is what an impressive group of athletes Vashon has in this one.
On the opposite side for Eli Brown's Booker T. Washington Hornets, Isaac Sanders, the 6'2 junior, wears number 0. Jacques Mitchell, really nice ball player, a 6'3 sophomore, number 1. Mason Matulis is a 6'4 swingman junior. He'll wear number 2. Jamari Simpson and I to keep out for tonight, a 6'3 senior wearing number 3. And rounding out the starting 5, the 6'1 senior, Barron Harris Jr., number 5 in your program. And on the floor tonight, Eli Brown at the helm here. This team out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Should be a fun matchup here this evening. Brian Shoemaker, Damon Emmerich, your play-by-play crew and stats here tonight. Tim Hall running the camera for us in the center of the court as we get ready to rock and roll here at the Quincy Shootout. Booker T. Washington will be in the home whites tonight, orange numbers and letters with black trim. Vashon Wolverines in the road blues, white numbers and letters with a little bit of black trim on those jerseys. Nice crowd here as we are starting to get toward the latter half of our schedule today on Saturday, and some of what we would consider the more premier matchups of this shootout on Saturday. We had some premier matchups last night, Damon. Link versus Brewster Academy. Booker T. Washington against Shawnee Mission. I mean, really Chaminade. Chaminade took on Shawnee Mission. Bishop O'Connell took on Booker T. Washington in a double overtime game last night. We still got done before, you still got games done before we did. Or actually, we got done before you did. We'll get it figured out here. We're ready up and tip off. Booker T. Washington will win the opening tip here as we get ready to rock and roll, and Jacques Mitchell will handle things here for the Hornets.
Jamari Simpson just exploded up on that opening tip, Brian.
He's a leaper. He can get up. It's going to be a backcourt violation, an early turnover here against Booker T. Washington as they mishandle the pass and it goes into the backcourt. The Vashon Wolverines, 4 straight high school state championships in Class 4. Still one of the top teams in Missouri's Class 4 out of 6 as they'll dump it quickly down into the hands of Jimmy McKinney Jr. for Vashon. Early 2-0 lead for the Wolverines. Full court pressure. You would expect nothing less from Vashon on this one. Mitchell drives down the court. He gets it into the hands of Mason Matulis. He can be a sharpshooter if needed. Simpson shot up and good, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Trey Williams. On the run is Vashon with it as they get it to Teron Garrett. A big hammer down. Boy, what a play for Bubby McCaskill. And it's a quick 4-0 lead here for the Wolverines.
Big time hammer right there by McCaskill. 4-0 lead, and Vashon is out and running.
Sometimes there just ain't much to say about it. Wow. Barron Harris Jr., he drives in. We're going to get a foul here against the Wolverines as it's going to be on Teron Garrett.
Teron Garrett will be whistled for his first foul of the quarter against the Wolverines.
They'll inbound underneath as we're going to check something out on the shot clock, and we'll get things reset. Hornets inbound the basketball. They get it back up to Mitchell, top of the key. Matulis flashes out on the wing, nothing there. They try to get him on the backdoor cut, instead it's stolen away. Here comes Trey Williams on it. He's on the run, goes up, kicks it out. It's McKinney Jr., 3 in and out of the rim. Nice tip in, up and in for the hands of
Arvon Bonner right there with the putback. It's a 6-0 lead. Vashon, timeout. Booker T. Washington will take it to 6-0. Vashon, 6:36 first quarter action, back in 30.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Welcome you back here as Booker T. Washington takes the quick early timeout. It's an Adams Fiber timeout as we bring you back to action here. And Damon Vashon flexing its muscle a little bit here. Quick defensively, aggressive on the rebounding end, and a quick early 6-0 lead.
Yeah, and another turnover now against Booker T. Washington. That's their third. And I'll tell you what's impressive about these athletes in this shootout, Brian, is not only can they score, but they buy in on the defensive end of the floor, and that is where they really make their money. And Vashon Their kids are hungry. They want to be out to prove something. They had a big win by 2 last night against a tough Millard North squad, and they're trying to go 2-0 in this Quincy Shootout.
They'll work the basketball over to Bonner on the wing. Pull-up jumper here from Garrett. Shot's no good. Rebound comes down to Jock Mitchell. They'll push it down quickly. Jamari Simpson fires up a 3, no good. Almost tipped in. No good. Rebound for Vashon. They're on the run. Nice transition bucket as they get it into the hands of Arvon Bonner. And just like that, an 8-0 lead here for the Wolverines. It has been an all-out blitz here in the first 3.5 minutes for Vashon. Sanders with the basketball, loses the handle near midcourt. He'll give it back into the hands of Jamari Simpson. Simpson drives in, gets stolen away now. On the run is Vashon. It's going to get stripped out of bounds, and it'll be McCaskill who loses the handle. It'll be Vashon basketball.
Leon Powell Jr. is going to check into the ball game, as it looks like Bonner might have hurt his leg there.
Showing you that last layup from Vashon on the Northwestern Mutual replay. McCaskill will inbound here for Vashon. Trying to find somebody in the paint, tries to throw it into Leon Powell. That one will be stolen away, no, by the Hornets. Pull-up 3 for Sanders off the rim, no good. Loose ball rebound will be collected here by Teron Garrett. Jimmy McKinney Jr., heralded as one of the most talented sophomores in the state of Missouri. He's got some eyes on him already on the nationwide nationwide collegiate scene. Quick pass into Garrett, his shot no good. Rebound on the way. Powell got it, he couldn't finish. Another offensive rebound as it came down to McCaskill. 3 ball also no good, and Booker T. Washington will finally collect the rebound as Mitchell will get it. Mitchell is a nice hard-nosed sophomore. Works off the pick, loses the handle on it. Here comes Vashon, look for the quick pick, no good. They come back up with it. McKinney down into the corner. 3 ball on the way up and good. 3 ball for Trey Williams Jr. and we'll get another timeout. It's a full. It's all Vashon in this one, 11-0. 4:30 left to go here in the first. You're watching it all live on Central Illinois Sports.
Aches and pains are a normal part of life, but when they become too much, we have a team of orthopedic surgeons ready to give you relief. The need for joint replacements continue to rise, and our team stays up to date with the latest technology and robotic solutions. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. We've got you covered from head to toe.
Hey! You like Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream? It's a pepper thing!
Coming out of the Adams Fiber timeout, Booker T. Washington takes its second timeout of the contest, and they find themselves on a little bit of a shell shock here to start things in the first 4 minutes. Damon down 11-0. Vashon playing fast, instantly looking up the floor. Anytime there's a defensive rebound, Booker T. Washington's going to have to be playing on his heels a little bit here.
5 turnovers in the first 3.5 minutes. Just 4 shot attempts for Booker T. Washington. And understandable as Vashon plays a tough defense in a 2-3 zone here. 3-pointer from Jock Mitchell was no good. Powell Jr. with the board.
They'll move it quickly down the floor into Trey Williams Jr. 3 ball out of the hands of McCaskill's up and good. Bubby McCaskill knocks one down. 14-0 to start this basketball game in the first 4 minutes of play. Extended pressure here from the Wolverines as Simpson works to get it across the time stripe. Taking a few extra dribbles, he'll get it to Matulis, and we'll get a foul against Leon Powell.
That'll be his first team foul, number 2.
Everything going the way of Vashon here in the opening going. They'll get the basketball into Simpson. Free throw line jumper off the back of the rim, off the shot clock. They let us play on. Sliding in was Sanders, excuse me. His shot no good. Another offensive rebound. It's going to go out of bounds off of Sanders, and it'll be back to Vashon. Checking in for Booker T. Washington, the 6-foot junior, number 11, Riley Williams, as Barron Harris Jr. will get a seat here for Booker T. Washington.
Booker T will pick up in the 1-2-2-3 quarter court, trying to find a way to stymie this Vashon offense. Not going to work there.
That's not going to do it either, as they get a alley-oop try, and I think we're going to get a foul here against Booker T. Washington.
Foul's going to go against Jock Mitchell. That'll be his first team foul, number 1. And Bubby McCaskill will go to the line for 2. He's got 5 of his team's 14 points. The Wolverines of Vashon have the 14-0 lead here. 3:22 to play in the first quarter. And Bubby McCaskill will be at the line for the first 2 free throws of the afternoon for the Wolverines. First one for him is good. Give him 6 points.
Damon, they got that basketball to Garrett at the elbow, and he just instantly knew what to do. Turned around, the opening was there, and he tried to get it in.
Guys that have played a lot of basketball together with and against one another, and it's what's made them so good as McCaskill gets them both. And that's now a 16-0 run to start this game. And Booker T. Washington, the Hornets need to find a way to try to get some momentum to shift here, as the Wolverines have come out and they have looked quite impressive here in the early going.
Still a 2-3 zone. Matulis will fire up a 3. He stops the bleeding finally. Mason Matulis gets Booker T. Washington on the board with about 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Vashon quickly on the run. Nice ball movement here by the Wolverines. Gets the basketball back into McKinney Jr. He kicks it back out. McCaskill with it. Baseline drive. Bullies up against Matulis. Right-handed stab shot, no good. The rebound comes down into the hands of Riley Williams, and we'll get a foul against Vashon.
Bubby McCaskill will be whistled for his first, team foul number 3.
Cameron James comes into the contest, 6'1" sophomore, number 21 for Vashon. Vashon is fast, they are good, and they're going to bring kids in off the bench. And guess what? They're not going to have much drop-off when those kids get on the floor either.
This is a Vashon squad that handed the Quincy High Blue Devils their only loss of the season a few weeks ago at the Highland Shootout.
And a 3-ball up and in for Jamari Simpson. Jamari Simpson, an All-American candidate on this team, 1 of 2, along with his teammate, Barron Harris. McKinney with the basketball, tosses it in to Garrett. His shot from the left elbow, no good. A rebound for James. Up and under, gets partially blocked by Matulis. Booker T. Washington on the run with it. Harris with the basketball. Says, get out of my way, Mr. Official. Cross-court pass into the hands of Sanders. 3 up and good. Isaac Sanders knocks a couple of triples down. And Vashon will take the timeout. We'll take it too. It's a 30-second break as Booker T. Washington trying to work their way back into it. A 16-9 ball game. We're right back your way in 30 seconds. Vashon takes their first time out of the contest after a couple of quick triples here by Booker T. Washington. What was a 16-0 ball game has now worked its way back to 16-9 as Vashon gets a quick score.
Leon Powell with the 2 to put an end to the 9-0 Hornets run.
Sanders with the basketball, pulls up at the elbow. In and out of the rim, no good. James will get the rebound for Vashon. They're right back on the run with it as Williams Jr. 3 from the wing, no good. Skying up for the rebound, everybody, and we're going to get a foul on Vashon heading the other way.
That'll be the second foul on Powell, team foul number 4 against Vashon.
McCaskill will come back into the contest for the Wolverines. Vashon, one of their rare losses on the season so far, Damon, Oak Park, who we just saw in the game beforehand. They will get the basketball to Jacques Mitchell. averages 13 points a game, 3 rebounds for this squad from BTW. Matulis with the basketball. He's a sharpshooter if you give him the opportunity. Barron drives in, gives it back out. This is Riley Williams. 3 no good. Flying in for it was Mitchell. They collide in midair, and they say it's going to be off of Mitchell, and it'll be back to Vashon.
Yeah, they're going to say that Mitchell was laying on the baseline when he last touched it.
He is a hustler. He is scrapping. He was just a grinder last night in that double OT game against Bishop O'Connell. A 90-85 double overtime loss for BTW last night. McCaskill with the basketball, cross-court pass. They'll work it back up top of the key into the hands of Bonner. He gets it right back, goes up with the layup, try no good. Tip in, up and good for McCaskill. If you leave any of these guys for Vashon open when you're in the rebounding game, they're going to find their way to get where they need to be. 20-9 our score, 30 seconds left. Pull-up shot for Mitchell, no good. McCaskill on the rebound, splits defenders, tries to throw it on the cross-court pass. He was looking for Powell, no good there, and it'll be a turnover.
Second turnover against the Wolverines. Back into the ball game for Booker T, Isaac Sanders. Khalil Crane will check into the contest for Vashon as Leon Powell will take a seat.
Simpson will inbound. He's got several JUCO offers in the area, averages about 10.5 points a contest for Booker T. Washington. Mitchell with the basketball, guarded out by Bonner. Gets caught up in the corner, nowhere to go with it. Trying to keep an arm's length from him with 3 seconds. 2, and we're going to get a foul underneath. I believe that's going to go against Bonner, Damon.
They might get Cameron James on that. That would be the 5th foul of the quarter. Jock Mitchell will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Hornets. Mitchell looking for his first point of the afternoon. Gets the first one to go.
Well, Damon, for all that has went wrong in the first 4 minutes of this contest, Booker T. Washington still finds themselves down maybe 10 points here, and that's probably not a bad thing. One-handed long shot, no good off the backboard, and we've reached the end of the first quarter of play. It's Vashon 20, Booker T. Washington 10. We've got second quarter play-by-play your way coming up here in 1 minute.
Hi, my name's Sierra Burns here with Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, your low overhead dealership. We have new and used Lincoln Corsairs, Nautiluses, and even the Navigator. Come on out and see our new Lincolns for your next luxury vehicle.
Vashon leads 20-10 after 1 quarter over Booker T. Washington. Damon Emmerich has a look at your first quarter stats.
Booker T. Washington shoots just 3 of 13 for 23% from the field. 6 turnovers in the first quarter for the Hornets. Vashon shooting 8 of 18 from the field for 44%. Jumped out to the 16-0 lead. A 9-0 run followed for the Hornets before ultimately landing at a 20-10 lead for Vashon after a quarter, and they have the basketball to start quarter number 2.
Booker T. Washington still in a man-to-man. They lose Williams underneath. He gets partially blocked. Booker T. Washington comes out of that one unscathed after leaving a man unchecked. Mitchell with it. Kicks it over. Simpson. 3 ball from the wing. No good. Skying high for the rebound now is Williams. They quickly look up in transition. It's Bonner with it. Goes up, gets blocked. What a challenge, and now it's going to be Bonner on the floor as he's a little bit shaken up after the play.
Bonner landed hard right there. foul was whistled against Jamari Simpson. That's his first.
Every time Vashon gets a rebound, it is an instant transition opportunity. You've got two guys sprinting down to the other end of the floor. Bonner will eye up the first one. Out of the right hand and off the side of the rim here at Blue Devil Gymnasium.
And Brian, they're calling number 11 over the PA system. They're calling that Kane McCaskill. And then they're calling Bonner number 30.
All right, we'll get her figured out then. We apologize for those of you that have been listening to us for over a quarter here. Both free throws missed, and Kane McCaskill flies in, and he'll get fouled. And it's going to go against Isaac Sanders.
Sanders for whistled his first, team foul number 2. And Kane McCaskill goes back to the line for 2. Have him for 4 points in the ball game. He gets the first to go, give him 5. And he'll have 1 shot remaining. His squad with the 21-10 lead, 7:27 to play here, first half action. Kane McCaskill gets them both. He's now 2 for 4 at the line, and he's got 6 points.
Vashon is so quick, you're going to find themselves at the free throw line here a lot tonight, I believe. Simpson with the basketball over far on the right wing. Guarded out now by Kane McCaskill. Crossover dribble, drives into the lane. Nice ball movement here into the hands of Davis. Goes through 2 defenders up with the right hand. It's no good, and Williams Jr. will get the rebound. Quickly into the hands of Bubby McCaskill. Reverse layup up and good. Bubby McCaskill with 2 more. It's 24-10 Vashon.
He's got 11 points. Quick 3 in the corner is up and no good. That's Matulis. Rebound comes down. That's to Kane McCaskill.
Vashon, all 5 players around the arc right now. Not really a true post presence on this team. Very, very guard oriented. McCaskill with it at the left elbow, picks it up. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Driving in, it's going to be a charge heading the other way. As taking the contact appears to be, I believe, Jamari Simpson.
Kane McCaskill will be whistled for his second. First foul of the quarter. As we'll see Bubby McCaskill go to the bench. Knee still seems to be bothering him a little bit. We'll also see Armand Aaron check into the game at the next dead ball.
6 minutes and change left here in the first half. It has been all Vashon, barring a few open threes for Booker T. Washington. Shot up from Mitchell, no good. He gets his own rebound. We're going to have a jump ball, and as long as the arrow is pointing the right way, it should stay with the Hornets. Armand Aaron now into the contest, and getting a seat there will be Kane McCaskill. Thank you.
Sanders will be the trigger man for the Hornets.
They get it into Simpson. He's caught up from behind, and we'll have a stoppage of play for the foul.
Cleo Crane will be whistled for his first. Team foul number 2.
Sanders will inbound for Booker T. Washington. He's got some interest from several Division II schools, Coach Eli Brown tells us. Driving in is Barron Harris Jr. He'll get it up, a nice finish. He is a tough, tough player when he can get a little bit of space and drive to the basket. Shot up from Khalil Crane is no good. Hornets on the run with it. Sanders with the basketball. Gets caught down in the corner, tries to go into the lane. Kicks it out now. This is Lawrence Scott. His shot blocked, and back on the run is Vashon with it. Trey Williams will bring it across the time stripe here as they slow things down just a little bit. Playing dangerously near that midcourt stripe. Williams with the basketball, guarded by Lawrence Scott. Tries to work off the pick, and we've got bodies on the floor, and I think we're heading the other way, David.
Yeah, the foul's going to be whistled against Teron Garrett. That'll be his second, team foul number 3, and turnover number 4 against the Wolverines. We'll see Bubby McCaskill back into the ball game for the Wolverines as Khalil Crane will take a seat. And we'll also see Cameron James at the next dead ball. We'll check in.
Simpson will try to work it across the stripe. He does. Goes in through 3 defenders, dumps it back off into Mitchell. Up off the glass and good. And I think we're going to get a foul and an and one here for Jacques Mitchell.
Nice job right there by Mitchell to work through the contact as he's fouled by Teron Garrett. That's his 3rd team foul, number 4. Mitchell will go to the line to try to complete the and one. 1 for 2 from the line, and this one is Mitchell, as it is a 24-14 Vashon lead. Booker T's finding a way to just hang in this one. They fell behind 16-0 early on. Jacques Mitchell at the line can't get the and one to go. Rebound's going to come down to the hands of Cameron James.
Well, they've got to keep working the basketball. They've got to find an opportunity as McKinney Jr. knocks one down. Jimmy McKinney Jr. 27-14 on the triple. They've got to move the ball well. They've got to find some opportunities and take advantage when they get the ball in the lane, because Vashon very quick, Damon, to close in with 3 guys. As now it's going to be Sanders with the 3, and Mitchell tries to chase it out of bounds, and we're going to head out the other way. .442 left to go here in the second. You're watching the Quincy Shootout live from Quincy, Illinois. It's 3:31 here in the Central Time Zone. No matter where you're watching, glad you have joined us here as Williams' shot is no good. And Simpson gets the rebound. He wants to take it coast to coast. Awkward shot up off the glass, no good. And the rebound by McKinney. Cameron James with it is Booker T. Washington trying to catch him off guard in the backcourt. Williams 3, up and no good. Rebound bounces around to the Hornets. It'll be Barron Harris Jr. with it. He's going to drive in. A whole boatload of steam behind him, and he goes up with a quick finish.
He's got 4. Letting them play in this one.
They are letting them go, and that's what we like to see here. These elite level kids, Damon, they play through traffic. They play physical basketball. Sometimes here on the local high school level, you won't see it called like that. But our guys here, the local Stripes, doing a nice job here letting these guys play through traffic.
Bobby McCaskill will take it up and in. He's got another 2. He's got 13, and Vashon will take a timeout. We will take it to Vashon 29, Booker T 16. We're back in a minute.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Vashon takes the Adams Fiber time out. For the best internet speeds available, that's up to 1 gigabit. That means you'll never buffer. While watching high school basketball here with us on Central Illinois Sports, visit followthefiber.net to learn more.
Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. 29-16, Vashon leading as Booker T will have the basketball, trying to cut into that deficit. Booker T's done a better job taking care of the basketball after that initial blitzkrieg by Vashon, forcing them into 6 early turnovers. And the Hornets have adapted to the pressure since then.
Dangerous passes. That's exactly what Vashon wanted to do, and now Matulis throws it away. Here comes Vashon on the run. They get an errant pass. It gets tipped out of bounds by Simpson, but they say Vashon's going to tip it last, and we're going to head back the other way. Nope.
They're going to overturn that call as the pass was deflected out of bounds off of one of the Hornets. Barron Harris Jr. back in for the Hornets as Jamari Simpson will get a breather.
That 2-2-1 press from Vashon Damon did exactly what they wanted it to do. They left Matulis open just enough as a bait tactic. They go for the long pass. He's out of control, throws the basketball away. McCaskill with the basketball. Up top of the key now, this is Stockard. Cameron James with it. Jimmy McKinney with it now. Gets pushed back near midcourt. Works off the pick. Top of the key three. No good. And Isaac Sanders will run down the rebound. He'll stop and pop and take one of his own, and it's up and good. Isaac Sanders with a much-needed three here. The three ball keeping Booker T. Washington in this one. They're back within 10.
And you just have to imagine practices with these teams would be fun to watch. So much talent on these teams, and they just get after it.
McCaskill throws it out to Cameron. His three, no good off the baseline. He's going to get his own rebound as McCaskill. That one gets volleyballed away into the hands of Jock Mitchell. He's on the run. Hornets don't have numbers. He'll stop pop on his own. In and out of the rim, no good. And the rebound grabbed by Cameron James. Wolverines on the run again. McKinney drives in through everybody. High arching shot with the right hand, no good. Running basketball here, it's Riley Williams with it. Down into Matulis in the corner. His three up and good. Mason Matulis. Kind of reminds you of Nojus Indrisitis, Damon, just the way his build is, the way he shoots. Same kind of type of player in a way.
Yeah, he's done a good job here in this one, and he's knocked down a couple of threes.
Nice play inside as it goes up to Stockard, gets his own rebound, and we're on the run with the Booker team. Masulis, three ball, rolls in and out of the rim, no good, and it's going to go out of bounds back to Booker T. Washington.
That shot did everything but finish on the way down. As it went down, came back out, and a nice look there from Matulis. And Brian, don't look now, but it's a 7-point game, as it was a 16-0 lead for Vashon. Booker T. Washington managed to find a way to hang around, and right now it's a 29-22 deficit for the Hornets with 1:35 to play here in the quarter.
Well, the pedigree speaks for itself, Damon, as Matulis maybe got fouled. They get away with it. Here comes McCaskill on the run. They'll toss it up into Crane. His shot no good. McCaskill, no. Rebound finally taken in as Powell able to put it down for Vashon. The pedigree for Booker T. Washington, they can play through a deficit like that. This is a team that's seen it before. They've been to the mountaintop in the state of Oklahoma. Barron Harris, long three up and good. Barron Harris Jr. with a long three. 31-25, now a 6-point ball game.
Hornets starting to knock down some shots from behind the arc.
Nice play inside as they get the backdoor cut to Crane. It's going to be a foul for Booker T. Washington. We'll have free throws.
Sanders will be whistled for that. That'll be his second team foul, number 3. Khalil Crane yet to score in this one, but he's at the line for 2. His squad trailing 30, or his squad leading 31-25. 56 seconds left to play here in the first half. Charlie will have a sideline interview with Muddy River Sports editor Matt Shuckman here at the half as Crane gets the first to go.
Where's Charlie at? I haven't seen him since the break.
No.
If he's in the hospitality room, tell him he's needed in a minute.
Maybe they got more chicken back in the hospitality room and Charlie's waiting.
Second one up and also good.
Khalil Crane's got his first 2 points.
Armon Aaron checks back in for Vashon. Maybe I'll have to run it down, Damon. I don't know, or you will. One of the two of us will.
You lost me at run, Brian.
It's a long day here at the Quincy Shootout. 50 seconds, 20-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Mitchell with the basketball. Matulis, 3 long shot. And a nice little tip in goes in for Riley Williams. He'll get the pickup bucket. 33-25, excuse me. McKinney with the basketball. We'll get numbers your way coming up here on the...
Might check, but I think it should be 33-27.
That's right, Damon. Long three up and good, right at the buzzer for Trey Williams Jr. 7 seconds left to go here in the half. Mitchell with the basketball, has to race it across the timeline, tries to drive into traffic. He's going to lose the basketball, and it's going to go off of Vashon with a 1/10 of a second left here in the half. Well, only one thing to do here is just throw it into the basket from up and over. You know, and they don't think that'll go because it can't be a catch and shoot. We've reached halftime. It is Vashon 33, Booker T. Washington 27 as we reach the Little Jess Motors halftime show We've got halftime stats and more coming up your way here as we watch the Quincy Shootout live on Central Illinois Sports.
Your friends at Little Jess Motor Company are proud to sponsor today's halftime show. Hi, this is Scott Davis from Little Jess, and I've got some exciting news for you. Jeep just announced an unheard of 20% off our entire selection of new 24 Jeep Gladiator Mojaves and Rubicons. With 20% off, you can save over $12,000 on each of these adventurous models during the Start Something New sales event. The snow is coming, and what better reason to get the best four-wheel drive on the market and to save 20% in the process. Hurry in or log on to littlejess.com today because 20% won't last long. Little Jess served the Tri-States for 7 decades.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We're at the half. Vashon has the 36-27 lead over Booker T. Washington. We're going to go live courtside now where Brian Shoemaker is live courtside with Muddy River Sports editor Matt Schuckman. And here's Brian.
Brian Shoemaker alongside here with Matt Schuckman from Muddy River Sports as Vashon enjoys a 36-27 lead. And Matt, the story of this game so far, Vashon just hits you with a flurry of everything. Transition basketball, high-octane rebounding. There's so much fun to like about watching this Vashon team here in the first half.
Well, they really are, and it's the energy they play with from the get-go. It's like they don't ease into a game. They smack you in the face from opening tip. And I love that. I love the fact that they come out and they're like, here's how we're going to play, and we're not slowing down. You got to keep up with us. And it's an exciting brand of basketball, but they execute it well, too. That's the other part of this. It isn't helter-skelter. It feels like it at times, but they execute it very well.
Booker T. Washington finally starting to figure out how Vashon's going to want to run in transition, finally starting to get some guys back, started to hit some shots. They did not shoot very well. That 2-3 zone from Vashon really started to kind of mess them up a little bit, but Booker T. Washington starting to find their way. Some of their guys, a well-balanced roster, and they're going to start to figure things out here in the second half.
Well, if you could look up at the scoreboard, look at how balanced the scoring is for them. They get everybody involved, and again, they had to get their feet under them, against this. I think they got smacked in the mouth and didn't know how to take it at first. Then they settled down. Okay, how are we going to attack? Let's move the basketball. And then they did a better job as that half wore on of rotating back defensively. That's what kept them in the game.
You see some smarter decisions from Barron Harris, a guy that really likes to drive and penetrate into that short corner, realizing that maybe he's not going to be able to do that as much. Steps back, knocks down a shot, pulls Vashon out a little bit, opens things up for everybody else. We've seen guys like Sanders and Mitchell have some nice first halves here. Again, Booker T. Washington just has to play, I think, a smart basketball game here in the second half and not take too many risks.
Well, I think you're right, but it comes back to defense. Can they rotate defensively? Can they make sure that Vashon doesn't get out on too many runs and make sure Vashon is forced into taking shots it doesn't want to take? That's how Booker T. Washington gets back and potentially wins this game. And for Vashon, get it and go.
Other thing for Booker T. Washington, Has to be so careful on the defensive rebounding end, because if you give any of these kids from Vashon an opening, they're going to crash the boards, as we saw a couple of times here early. They've got to keep an eye and put a body almost on anybody that's got a blue jersey on.
Electric athletes, above the rim athletes. That's the thing. And Vashon is not afraid to send 2 or 3 guys after an offensive rebound. I mean, I just love the way Vashon plays.
It should be a fun second half. Thanks to Matt Shuckman joining us at halftime of every game here on the Quincy Shootout. We'll step aside for another break. When we come back, Damon Emmerich and I have your halftime stats and more. It's Vashon and Booker T. Washington here live from the Quincy Shootout at Blue Devil Gym.
Hi, my name's Sierra Burns here with Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, your low overhead dealership. We have new and used Lincoln Corsairs, Nautiluses, and even the Navigator. Come on out and see our new Lincolns for your next luxury vehicle.
Back here on the Little Jess Motors halftime show, where Vashon leads Booker T. Washington 36-27 after one half of play. Vashon jumped out to the 16-0 lead they've led from start to finish, but Booker T. Washington has found a way to claw back into this one, and we'll see what they can do coming back in the second half, as Booker T. had 7 first-half turnovers, 6 of those early on in the contest. And Booker T. Washington ends up shooting 10 of 31 in the first half from the field. Vashon shoots 13 of 34. 4 turnovers in the first half for the Wolverines. Again, no lead changes, no ties. Largest lead of 16 points for Vashon, who takes the 36-27 lead here at the half on the Little Jess Motors halftime show.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Your Jeep, truck, and SUV are only as good as the tires and rims they run on. On or off-road, go full throttle.
I'm Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner at Ridgeline Sales Group, LLC. Are you interested in buying or selling real estate? With over 100 years of combined managing broker experience, Ridgeline Sales Group has assembled a team that can help you with any of your real estate needs. From first-time home buyers to seasoned farm investors, we represent buyers and sellers all across West Central Illinois, helping to make their real estate dreams come to life. Give us a call today at 217-285-5800 or jump on our website at ridgelinesalesgroup.com.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome you back here to Blue Devil Gym in Quincy, Illinois, as we get ready for the second half. Booker T. Washington trails Vashon 36-27 if you're just joining us. Booker T. Washington in the home whites, Vashon in the road blues as we get ready for second half action. Starters for both sides appear to take the court here for the second half, as we get some people settled back into their seats after the halftime break. Vashon will get the opening touch here in the third quarter, as it will be McKinney Jr. getting it across the timeline. Flashing out to the left wing is Williams. Works off the pick. McKinney flashes out to the left wing, nothing there. And it's going to be a stop and pop three, no good, out of the hands of Garrett. And with the rebound and on the run is Jock Mitchell. He gets his pocket picked. Here comes McKinney Jr. with it. Numbers for Vashon, a little bit far past there, as Williams couldn't get the handle. And now Booker T. Washington trying to do their best impression of Vashon. They throw it away that time. Nice lob up. Oh, that no good. And we're going to get a loose ball on the floor there, as that one just a little bit out of the hands of Bubby McCaskill. It'll be a jump ball back to Booker T. Washington.
Just a little helter-skelter action here to start the third quarter.
Well, I think if you're Booker T. Washington, maybe trying to catch Vashon just a little bit off guard, trying to play a little bit more up-tempo basketball of their own. Mitchell with it. Over back down to Sanders. He gets double teamed, has to get rid of it. Nowhere to go after he takes one dribble. Matulis open in the corner. His three up and good. Mason Matulis with another three. We're back to a 6-point basketball game.
Turnover against the Wolverines.
And it'll be Mitchell on the run. Down into the corner. Sanders, his three off the iron, no good. And wrestling for it is Tavon Garrett. And we're going to get another jump ball. Mason Matulis is a nice shooter. Long-armed, lanky guard. Had a really, really nice basketball game last night against Bishop O'Connell. Trey Williams Jr., the senior, takes it across for Vashon. Down into the corner. Nice spin move here from Garrett. Goes up with the right hand, rolls in and out of the rim, and the rebound secured here by Jamari Simpson. Mitchell with the basketball, works it over to the left side. Still a man-to-man look here from Vashon, as always. They did start in that little 2-3 zone as Simpson flies in. Jamari Simpson with a nice take, 36-32.
Nice job there to change hands in the air by Simpson. Went away from the contact, got the layup, and it's now a 4-point game. And Booker T just keeps finding a way to hang around in this one.
Garrett with it, works into the post against Matulis. Right-hander up and no good. Here comes Baron Harris with it. Out to Matulis on the wing. He'll try and drive through, kicks it back out. Sanders, three-ball left wing, good. Booker T. Washington is right back in it. It's a 1-point basketball game. Vashon takes the timeout. We'll take it too. Wolverines 36, Hornets 35 as we show you the hot-handed shooting of Booker T. Washington. We'll be right back here in just a minute.
Game Masters Outdoors in Quincy is your ultimate destination for game cameras and hunting gear. Discover top-notch game cameras to elevate your outdoor experience. From firearms and ammunition to optics and outdoor equipment, we've got you covered. Enjoy free shipping on most orders. Browse our vast selection of high-quality gear and find everything you need for your next adventure. Visit GameMastersOutdoors.com today.
Vashon takes the Adams Fiber timeout. They are down to 2 left here in the contest. Booker T. Washington still has 3. It was a 16-0 beginning to this contest for the Wolverines. BTW has slowly clawed their way back into this one, and now they only trail by 1. Powell with it. Free throw extended jumper. Rolls around the rim and goes down. That's a tough shot and a big-time basket for Leon Powell. Matulis with it, as all 5 Hornets around the arc. Baron Harris's 3 no good. Vashon with the rebound. It's Powell with it. He'll get it up the floor now to Williams. Goes through 2 defenders, runs with the right hand, blocked by Matulis. Williams will try it again. He knocks it down that time. Trey Williams gets it on the second try, 41-35. 5 minutes left to go here in the third period. Pretty nice crowd in here so far for this afternoon contest. Sanders, baseline drive goes up. He's going to get hammered and go to the free throw line. Will Isaac Sanders.
He'll go to the line to shoot 2 as he was fouled by Jimmy McKinney Jr., the third. That will be his first, team foul number 1. Sanders is going to go to the line for 2. Took a hard spill there, so just taking a minute to collect himself.
Yeah, that was a shot. Went right into the heart of the line there. Got every bit of teeth in it.
And Sanders is good with the first. He's got 10.
(41-36) our score now with 4:48 left to go here. Booker T. Washington leaves the lane empty here just in case of the miss, the way they like to run transition.
Sanders gets them both. It's a 4-point game, 41-37.
Kane McCaskill with the basketball, hands it off. Trey Williams will knock down another 3. Vashon starting to pick up a little bit of steam here from long range, 44-37. Mitchell will cross the time stripe with it. He's guarded now by Leon Powell. Barron Harris drives in. Nice defense there again from Vashon. Sanders gets right inside the arc, gives it to Matulis. Matulis maybe got away with a little hop there, and he misses the shot. On the run for Vashon. Trey Williams down into the corner. Jimmy McKinney Jr. fires it up, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Riley Williams. Matulis tosses it up. Nice little play to Mitchell. He can't finish though. Vashon on the run now. Powell with the basketball. Nice little crossover dribble, takes it up and in, and Leon Powell will go to the free throw line.
Sanders will be whistled for his third, team foul number 1. As Kane McCaskill on the other end got the rebound. Brian, I don't even think his feet touched the floor, and he already had thrown an outlet pass, and that's just what this Vashon squad will do. They want to get out and run. Their lead had been trimmed all the way down to 1. They didn't panic. They just came out and have since went on a run themselves. They've extended their lead back out to 7, a chance to add to that. They do so right here as Powell knocks down his first free throw. He's got 7. It's 45-37, 3:53 to play here in the third quarter.
Jock Mitchell will check back into the contest for the Hornets.
And Powell has 1 shot remaining. Gets them both.
Back to a 9-point basketball game.
You blink and you missed it.
Mitchell with it, racing across. Goes through everybody and throws it down with a thunk. 3:39.
Surprised we haven't seen the Hornets call a timeout just to slow things down here a little bit, as the Vashon bench and the crowd are getting into it. It's going to be a foul against one of the Wolverines. That'll be the second foul against Jimmy McKinney III, team foul number 2.
As we show you that big hammer down from Jock Mitchell on the Northwestern Mutual replay. Had a full load of steam going into the arc, saw the opening and took it. Matulis will inbound with 2:40 remaining here in the third. Almost stolen
near
away.
steal.
Vashon just makes you work for everything you get on that end of the floor.
They're just relentless.
Like Schuckman said, it is a very fun brand of basketball to watch, and we're not going to take anything from BTW. They've also got a very fun style they play, as that one is going to go off the foot of Vashon and out of bounds.
The Hornets thought they had a chance to get back into this one, had trimmed the deficit to 1, and just like that, they're back down by 14, 53-39, and trying to find a way to calm the tide here.
Well, they had a little bit of the momentum going their way. Mitchell flies in again. That one's going to get blocked. Scott picked it back up for BTW. He thinks about the 3. Tries in a nice little crossover dribble, tosses it in now to Mitchell. Mitchell will go up with it again, and nice finish there for Jock Mitchell again. 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Vashon gets it into the corner. It's Williams, 3 no good. Flying in for the offensive rebound was Garrett, and it's going to go back out of bounds to the Wolverines. You talk about the energy of Vashon on the floor. The energy of Jimmy McKinney on the sidelines for Vashon matches that pretty much in every way.
Yeah, he's got to be in peak physical condition because he's all over the floor here, leading the team in steps taken today.
Damon, you and I, as that one goes out of bounds, he thought there was going to be a backdoor cut. Yeah, he gets more steps than you and I do in this weekend in just the hour and a half that he's on the floor.
He's got me beat for 2025, Brian.
There's always time to change that, Damon. New year, new us. That's what they all say. 3-ball up on the way out of the hands of Williams, no good, and the rebound comes down to Riley Williams. Down the floor, Baron Harris Jr. couldn't get the handle on it. It'll go out of bounds and back to the Wolverines. And it's turnovers like that, Damon, you just can't give up here in this basketball game, especially when you're trying to claw back into this against Vashon.
Yeah, and that's the 12th turnover here against Booker T. Washington. The turnovers here in the third quarter mounting just like they did in the first quarter for the Hornets. And it's allowed the Wolverines to extend their lead out to 12, 53-41, a minute 30 to play here in quarter number 3.
Flashing off the pick is Powell. They won't give him the basketball instead.
You just rarely see any of the Vashon players standing. Their constant movement as a turnover there against the Wolverines. Nice steal by Riley Williams.
Throws it into Simpson. He's going to get the foul and the and one opportunity. Jamari Simpson takes it in for the finish.
Draws the foul against Teron Garrett. That's Garrett's 4th. And Jamari Simpson will go to the line to try to complete the and one, get this back into a single-digit deficit. As we'll see, Trey Williams Jr. will come back into the ball game. Garrett will have to go to the bench with those 4 fouls.
The ability to play through contact against teams like Vashon is such a merit for anybody that can do it, for any of these players in this shootout, as Simpson's 3 is up and good.
Simpson's got and it's not just the contact and how physical Vashon is, but they just never take a play off. So you've got to be locked in mentally for 32 minutes if you're going to have a chance to beat this Vashon squad.
Shot up and no good, and the rebound comes down into the hands of Trey Williams Jr. 51 seconds left to go here in the third. One-handed pass into the hands of McKinney. Between the legs, crossover, fade away. Nice shot from Jimmy McKinney Jr., and that's over the hands of the long arm Matulis. It's those types of plays that have Jimmy McKinney, one of the talks of the St. Louis metro area, is now will get a foul against Leon Powell.
Leon Powell's 2nd, and that's team foul number 4.
Giving you a look at that last McKinney jumper on the Northwestern Mutual replay. 31.8, shot clock should get turned off here in just a second.
And it does.
And we finally do. Mitchell with it, over into the hands of Baron Harris. Dangerous cross-court pass, trying to find Matulis inside. He's not there. They'll give it back to Harris. Matulis with it with 15. Almost stripped away, and now it is as they try to get it to Mitchell.
Jimmy McKinney, the 3rd, will be whistled for his 3rd. Team foul number 5. So it will put the Hornets at the line. And that will be Jock Mitchell going to the line. 1 for 3 from there in the contest is Mitchell. .45 as Mitchell gets the first. It's now a 10-point deficit. Booker T trailing as it's Booker T, Washington, and Vashon. Jock Mitchell made the first. Second one for him is up and good. Give him 9 points in the day.
Waning seconds of the third quarter here as Vashon has the basketball. 3 out of the hands of Jimmy McKinney, off the rim, no good. Rebound collected by Simpson. He'll have an opportunity, gets it up to Baron Harris, takes it up at the buzzer, no good, almost slammed in by Simpson. That would have been a heck of a highlight to end the third. We go to the fourth quarter. Vashon 55, Booker T. Washington 46. Fourth quarter play-by-play your way coming up here in 1 minute.
I'm Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner at Ridgeline Sales Group LLC. Are you interested in buying or selling real estate? With over 100 years of combined managing broker experience, Ridgeline Sales Group has assembled a team that can help you with any of your real estate needs. From first-time homebuyers to seasoned farm investors, we represent buyers and sellers all across West Central Illinois, helping to make their real estate dreams come to life. Give us a call today at 217-285-5800 or jump on our website at ridgelinesalesgroup.com.
No. About sick of winter, are you? That's the bad news. I don't think the winter's going to end anytime soon. The good news is we have a winter sale, so anything you might be looking for winter is on sale right now at your local Farm Home Supply, including 30% off all Burn outerwear and Noble Outfitters outerwear. And the bird's always hungry. You got a 40-pound bag of black oil sunflower seed for $16.99, or buy more, save more with our suet cakes, 5 for under $5. And keep your handsies and toesies warm. We got 25% off all of our casual shoes or Kinko winter gloves.
Find all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Welcome you back here. Fourth quarter action getting ready to go for Vashon versus Booker T. Washington. Damon Emmerich has a look at your third quarter's shooting statistics.
Well, Booker T. Washington shooting 16 of 34 from the field for 36%. Vashon 20 of 54 for 37%. The Wolverines 10 more field goal attempts than Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington has twice as many turnovers, as it's 12 against the Hornets, 6 against the Wolverines, as Simpson has a nice shot fake, and he'll put up 2. He'll go into the double-digit column as it's a 55-48 lead now for Vashon as the Wolverines have the basketball.
They'll get it into the hands of Leon Powell in the left wing. Back up top of the key, it's McKinney with it. What a fun athlete he has been to watch. Picks it up at the left elbow, tries to create space, can't do it, and they'll whip it back around the perimeter. Williams with the basketball, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. McKinney drives in, baseline, hard shot up and rolls over the top of the rim and good. Another tough take for Jimmy McKinney, 57-48 our score.
That puts him in the double-figure column as he's now got 11.
We'll make it 55-50 as the guys in the truck can't run the, oh, now it's 57. They can't run the shot or the scoreboard right. 3 balls up and no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Booker T. Washington. They'll get another opportunity as it's Barron Harris. His shot no good. No Hornets in the lane there on that opportunity, and it'll be an easy rebound for Powell. Still plenty of time in this contest. We'll get the score right. It's actually 48-57, Damon. I think that's what they've got. That's what you've got. And we'll change that right there as it's another 3 for Williams.
Trey Williams Jr. now with 18 points. Lead back out to 12 for the Wolverines, 60-48 as we approach the 6-minute mark of the ball game.
Driving in is Mitchell. He's going to get blocked and fouled. We'll make sure everybody's okay there as Mitchell hit the floor.
Yeah, and Kane McCaskill also a nice job to collect himself before he fell to the floor, as Bubby McCaskill is going to be whistled for his second foul. It'll send Jock Mitchell to the line. 3 for 5 from there in the contest is Mitchell. And he'll be looking to cut into his team's deficit. 60-49, 6:12 to play as Mitchell knocked down the first. He's now in double figures with 10.
Link Academy, Shawnee Mission coming up here in our next contest in what should be a heck of a show.
Mitchell gets them both. He's got 11. And definitely going to want to be in your seats for that one, or make sure your drink is full if you're watching from home for tip-off there.
If you're watching from home, hit that subscribe button. We'd appreciate it if it's your first time on Central Illinois Sports. Flying in, Bubby McCaskill. He'll get fouled and go to the free throw line.
That'll be Sanders' 4th, team foul number 1 of the quarter, and it will send Bubby McCaskill to the line. He's 1 for 2 from there in the contest. He's got 15 points as his team's got the 60-50 lead. 5:55 to play here in the ball game. Bubby McCaskill with 15 points, second leading scorer in this one for his Wolverine squad, but looking to add to that point total now and can do so with no time running off the clock. First one for Bubby McCaskill is up and good. Give him 16 points now as he's 2 for 3 from the charity stripe.
Biggest thing Booker T. Washington has done here really in the second half, Damon, if you want to use the term, is kind of slowed Vashon down just enough to kind of do some things they want to do as the second one up and no good. Not as many transition points here for Vashon. Having to fight a lot more in half court. Booker T. Washington doing a nice job rebounding here in the second half. But man, every time you get an opportunity, Vashon just sticks it right back in your face, and the jump ball will stay with the Wolverines.
Yeah, Kane McCaskill tied it up right there on the missed free throw opportunity as they're going to come out and mop up a little bit of sweat. But Booker T has slowed Vashon down as much as you can, this Wolverine squad, but Vashon had allowed Booker T to get back in this one, trim the deficit to as little as 1, and then Vashon has just since taken it back out. Booker T will cut it to a single digit, and then it'll go back to double digits.
Probably the youngest volunteer we have here at the Quincy Shootout, trying to help mop up a little bit of sweat as we get back to action. So happy to have all of the young volunteers and kids helping around and being here, part of the great atmosphere at the Quincy Shootout. With the basketball now is McCaskill. A little three-man weave up at the top of the key. It's going to be Williams with the three. His shot is going to be no good. As they say, it's going to go off the shot clock. It will not count. It'll be out of bounds back to the Hornets. 5:34 left in the contest. Does Booker T. Washington have one more run in him here in this contest to get it back into it? Stop and pop from Mitchell is no good. And the rebound grab by McKinney. Powell with the basketball, looking for someone to get it to. They'll get it to McKinney on the left wing. He's guarded out by Mitchell. Now back top of the key, slashing through defenders. It's going to be a foul as it's McCaskill, Kane McCaskill, running into traffic.
I'm going to whistle it against Barron Harris Jr. That'll be his first. Team foul number 2. Kane McCaskill will go to the line to shoot 2. 2 for 4 from the line, and this one is McCaskill. His team's got the 11-point advantage. As we approach the midway point of the fourth quarter, Kane McCaskill gets that first to go. It's back out to a 12-point lead, and time just starting to run out here for the Hornets as they're going to have to make a run now or never. 4:54 to go as we will see Teron Garrett check back into the ball game. He's been on the bench for a while as he picked up his 4th foul with about a minute and a half to play in quarter number 3.
Lawrence Scott, Riley Williams also checked back in for the Hornets.
Kane McCaskill's at the line for the Wolverines. He made his first free throw. Second one for him is up, and it is also good.
63-50, Vashon's got the lead. Booker T. Washington has the basketball. Cross-court pass over into the hands of Mitchell. Still now back into this zone look for Vashon, and we're going to get a foul. It looks to go against Bubby McCaskill.
His second Wolverines foul. McCaskill thought he might have had the steal right there, but he whistled for the foul. And it'll be Hornets basketball as we see Matulis take the 3 fading away. It's no good. McCaskill with the rebound. And quickly into the front court comes the Wolverines.
McKinney out of control, gets the shot off one way or the other, but they say it's going to be a travel and a turnover against the Wolverines.
That's the 7th turnover against the Wolverines.
Barron Harris Jr. will check back in for BTW with 4.5 to go. Extended pressure here from the Wolverines. A little bit of a zone press, 1-2-2. Back and forth at the Blue Devil Gym sidelines. The Hornets go into the hands of Barron Harris Jr. Tries to split through defenders, loses the handle on the way up, and they say it's still going to stay here.
Last touch by the Wolverines. Hornets might have caught a break right there.
Might have. Matulis inbounds into Barron Harris. Every pass the Hornets have to make, it's nothing easy here. Harris flies in, up off the glass. It's no good. Rebound grab by Teron Garrett. Garrett with the basketball, guarded tightly now by Riley Williams, and they're going to whistle him for the foul.
That'll be his first, the third foul against the Hornets. And we'll see Jock Mitchell check back into the contest. As going to the bench will be Jamari Simpson for Booker T. Washington.
Wolverines trying to pull this thing out here in the last 3:40. They're up by 13. A couple of quick baskets might be enough to do the trick. 3-ball out of the hands of Garrett, just off the side of the iron. Rebound by Williams. Goes up under everybody, gets the finish and the foul, and he'll go to the line for the and one play. Will Trey Williams Jr.
And foul's going to go against Jock Mitchell, his second team foul, number 4. Trey Williams Jr. has now got 20 points with that bucket. It extends his team's lead out to 15, 65, 50, 3:32 to play here in the ball game. And Trey Williams Jr., the 6'2 senior, has put his team on his back here in the second half of play. He's been the guy to get them a bucket when they needed one. And he completes the and one, give him 21 points. And Vashon is up by 16.
Hornets need to move a little bit quicker here if they're going to try and get back into this one very quick. Simpson with the basketball. Back to Sanders with it. Mitchell trying to work baseline against McKinney. They'll kick it back out to Harris. He fires one up. It's going to be a 3.
Baron Harris Jr. with 10.
Thought it might have been a 2. He was dangerously close to that line. Shot up, no good. Harris with the rebound. Hornets on the run with 2:49 left. They need to get another quick score here. Harris will try and take it in. Goes up, gets blocked. Big block there from Teron Garrett. McKinney, spot up, 3 on the wing. No good. Loose ball rebound. Vashon trying to get it, and they do. They come at flying in. There was Kane McCaskill.
And McCaskill's another Wolverine in double figures. That bucket puts him at 10. Then on the other end, Trey Williams Jr. will be whistled for his first, team foul number 3. And it will be Hornets basketball underneath their own bucket. They trail 68-53. Just 2:20 to play here in the ball game. So time has run out, you would almost say, here on the Hornets, as it's going to be hard to overcome this 15-point deficit against a squad like Vashon.
We'll see what the Hornets have left up their sleeve. As the crowd getting a little more building here, as Link Academy will step onto the floor here in just a few minutes after this one wraps up. They will take on a very good Shawnee Mission team in what is probably one of the top games here of this contest, as Baron Harris will get whistled for the foul for BTW.
It's the 13th turnover against Booker T. They've now got 5 fouls.
And they'll slowly walk everyone down here to the opposite end of the floor.
It was actually not a turnover, but
now, that's
5 fouls
in
the quarter. It's been a long day.
So glad you are here with us. If you've been joining us since early in the morn, we've been on air since 9 a.m. We were here last night till late in the evening, covering all games except for the ones at Vashon. We've been here in Quincy all weekend. So glad you are joining us alongside as well. As Kane McCaskill will eye up the free throw. 2:18 left here in the contest. First one's up and good.
This is actually Bubby McCaskill.
Oh, Bubby, thank you.
He's got 17. And he'll have 1 shot remaining. This 16-point lead for Vashon is actually ties their largest of the ball game, as Kane McCaskill gives them their largest lead of the game now at 17, as he has 18 points.
Three ball out of the hands of Simpson off the left side of the iron. Flying in is Mitchell. Boy, he has been a fun basketball player to watch this weekend. And we're going to get a foul here against the Wolverines.
Bubby McCaskill will be whistled for his 4th, team foul number 4. Baron Harris Jr. will come back in for Booker T. Washington, as Riley Williams will take a seat.
Matulis, Simpson, Mitchell, Harris, all guys getting some sort of collegiate look. Of course, Jimmy McKinney the top prospect here out of Vashon. A lot of high-level talent in this basketball game. McKinney will walk it across the time stripe with less than 2 minutes to go. Bubby McCaskill works the basketball now into the hands of Williams. Stop pops from outside the left elbow, in and out of the rim. Matulis will get the rebound. Barron Harris draws a little bit of contact, and we're going to get a blocking foul.
That'll go against Trey Williams. That'll be his second, team foul number 5. So it'll send Barron Harris to the line to shoot 2. Harris has 10 points in this one. Just 1:31 left to play in the ball game. Vashon leads Booker T. Washington 70-53. And we've still got a lot of exciting basketball left to come your way in this one. Harris Jr.'s first is up, and it is good. He's got 11 points. He'll have 1 free throw remaining, his first 2 free throw attempts of the contest here.
Other marquee matchups coming up tonight. The host school, the Quincy Blue Devils, the #1 ranked team in Class 4A in the state of Illinois, takes on Bishop O'Connell in what should be a dynamite contest. And then, of course, our final game of the weekend is Chaminade versus Wasatch Academy. Wow. Stay up late with us tonight.
Teron Garrett skied high for the rebound as Harris Jr. missed the second attempt there. Wolverines will have the basketball with 1:22 to play in the ball game. And the Wolverines.
Vashon most likely going to win out the weekend here and go 2-0 in this shootout competition. As basketball gets loose, Matulis on the run with it. Booker T. Washington is going to come away with a tough 0-2, but to take on Bishop O'Connell and Vashon, that's tough back-to-back sledding here.
Yeah, Vashon had a tough one on their home court last night as they defeated a very impressive Millard North squad by 2 on a late bucket to win in that one. And they've come here and been quite impressive. Got out to a 16-0 run. Lead got cut to as little as 1 before they have extended their lead back out, led by as many as 17 here late in the 4th quarter. And right there, Cale McCaskill is going to put the finishing touches on what has been an impressive ball game for him. 18-point lead now for Vashon, and you'll see that one here on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay.
Everything for Vashon is just explosive. Everything is exciting. It's high energy all the time. Even in the waning minutes here of the contest when you're up by near 20. It's a steal away now, and the basketball gets loose. Officials say it's just going to be out of bounds. We'll get no foul on the contact. Although a nice hustle play there from Simpson to try and take the charge. Now, this Booker T. Washington team has been fun to watch. They are still heralded, Damon, as one of the favorites maybe to get back into that state championship game in 5A in Oklahoma. We'll be checking them out from a distance for the rest of the season, as they've been a very enjoyable team to watch here one way or the other. Substitutions as they get a couple of guys in for Vashon. Cameron James comes back into the contest along with Leon Powell and Armon Aaron.
Booker T. Washington will
they'll clear the bench as well. It'll be Angelo Estes coming in, number 20. Number 25 is Jay Bowens. Also checking in, number 12, Donald Laster. And last man on the court is going to be Sanders back out there to have a ball handler for this team. Marquise Alexander also checking in, the 5'8 freshman, number 10. And now they will they'll take Sanders off, and they'll let Lauren Scott get back in here. 41 seconds left to go. Let's see which one of our guys on the second stringers can get a bucket here and entertain the crowd. Basketball back over. Top of the key now to Crane. Cameron James with it. 6-second differential between shot and game clock. Nice dish down inside as Powell will get a quick bucket. And we're back to a 20-point ball game.
Powell joined the ranks of double figures as he's got 10. And head coach Jimmy McKinney has to be pleased with the effort from his squad in this one.
Well, they weathered the storm, Damon. As the clock is going to run out here, we're going to get one shot. It's not going to count even if it goes, and they say it's no good. Vashon wins 74-54. They go 2-0 on the weekend. Booker T. Washington heads back to Oklahoma. Nothing to hang their heads about, though. Impressive performances here. A double overtime loss last night, and then taking on one of Missouri's best here this afternoon. We'll wrap things up on the Logan Agri-Service postgame show and get you ready for Link Academy and Shawnee Mission. Don't go anywhere. It's the Quincy Shootout live on Central Illinois Sports.
Your Jeep, truck, and SUV are only as good as the tires and rims they run on. On or off-road, go full throttle.
We welcome you back here on the Logan Agri-Service postgame show as Vashon defeats Booker T. Washington 54-74 final. For Booker T. Washington, Isaac Sanders has 11 points. Jock Mitchell also finishes with 11. Mason Matulas with 9, all on triples. Jamari Simpson Jr. finishes with 10. Barron Harris Jr. with 11. And Riley Williams finishes with 2. On the opposite side for the Vashon Wolverines, Jimmy McKinney Jr. with 11. Trey Williams, the leading scorer of the night, with 21. Leon Powell Jr. with 10. Khalil Crane with 2. Bubby McCaskill with 20. Kane McCaskill has 10, and that wraps up the scoring for Vashon. Fun basketball game here as we are getting into the more marquee matchups of the night. It's going to be Link Academy taking on Shawnee Mission. Coming up next here, we'll shut down this stream. We'll get the new one going in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Get your favorite snack and your favorite drink and get settled in for what should be a real fun matchup here. You are watching the Quincy Shootout live on Central Illinois Sports. We'll be right back with you here in just a few moments.